All right, welcome everybody to Real Madrid Hub. I'm your host, Dr. Jota, and today I would like to share with you all the information that I have regarding to Real Madrid, because last Monday, Eduardo Inda showed up again in El Chiringuito, and as usual, he was delivering like 3 different exclusive news. Not all of them are completely reliable, but some of them I would like to comment about that, because there are some information that might be really interesting for Real Madrid. So let me get started with the first subject I have here regarding to one of the news that Eduardo Inda delivered yesterday in El Chiringuito. And the first one is about, I'm not going to say this is fake, because it might be true, but if so, I would say that we are going crazy, man. Apparently, Real Madrid is thinking about selling to Casemiro this summer. According to Eduardo Inda, Real Madrid might be thinking in selling Casemiro this summer, and the reason is because they know that if they put to Casemiro in the transfer market, they might get a lot of money. Say, for example, 60 to 70 million or something like that, which is very important actually for Real Madrid decision in terms of financial situation or finances or whatever you want to call it. So the thing is, they are thinking in making some money with Casemiro this season. Okay, if this information is true, I would say that we are going crazy. And the reason is because if you think about it, we don't have a natural replacement for Casemiro. For example, if you say, okay, we are going to try to make some money with, Vinicius Jr., with, maybe Luka Modric or Toni Kroos, or even Nacho Fernandez, or some of these guys already have some replacements. You have other players you can use in order to replace these guys. But when it comes to Casemiro, the most important thing here is basically his position. There's nobody else who can replace and who can take over the position of defensive midfielder. So the only guy who can really replace to Casemiro is Camavinga, but we still don't know if Camavinga will play in Real Madrid the next year. Actually, the last information I have regarding to Camavinga is that the guy was in negotiations with Rennes, with his team right now, in order to extend a little bit more his contract with the French team. So if I have to say something, I would say 60 to 70%, I'm 60 to 70% sure that Camavinga is not going to come to Real Madrid the next season. So we only have one player for that position, and that position in this Real Madrid is crucial. It's super important. It's not a kind of, attacking midfielder or even, left wing or right wing or something like that, where we have a bunch of players. You know what I'm saying? The point is, how in the world are you going to sell, or are you going to put the Casemiro in the transfer market when you already know you don't have a good replacement for Casemiro? The only guy who might be the replacement of Casemiro is Antonio Blanco from the second team, the youngster. But to me, he's not ready at all to play like the first, the role of the first option of Zinedine Zidane for this position. So to me, if that information is true, it would be completely inaccurate to go ahead and try to sell to Casemiro for the next year. But I don't know. This is just information from Eduardo Inda. Might be fake, might be true. I don't know. But if it's true, let me tell you that we are going to have a lot of problems to replace or to find another guy for that position. Okay, so now let's move on and let's speak a little bit about the words of Eden Hazard yesterday in an interview, where he said something that to me it's completely unacceptable from a Real Madrid standpoint, from a Real Madrid player standpoint, or whatever you want to call it. Even if you are a Real Madrid fan and you look at these words and you hear these words from Eden Hazard, that would be like, man, are you crazy? How can you say that? How can you say that in this situation? Okay, let me tell you the words first, and then we can comment a little bit. Eden Hazard said a lot of things, but the highlight of this interview was basically when he said, okay, the injuries are not the end of the world, as you also have to your family. And it's a very hard moment, but the good news is that all the time you spend at home, you can stay and enjoy your kids and your family. What do you think about it? I mean, the thing is, okay, I get it. I understand that you are going through a very difficult and tough moments. You have been struggling with multiple injuries and all this stuff. And I understand that you have to spend at home, and of course your family will be there in order to help you, in order to, to carry the pain and the depression you might get into or something like that. But man, you can't say that. I think that Eden Hazard really doesn't know, or he's not really aware what does that mean. I mean, what it means when you are a Real Madrid player, you have to be really careful with your words, because these kind of words are really harmful and painful for Real Madrid fans, because it seems to me that he really doesn't care to be injured, because now he's like, okay, I'm at home, I'm okay, I'm getting my 50 millions a year, and I don't have to do any other thing. And I don't even have to go to play. I don't even have to go to the practice. And now I have my 50 millions in the bank account, and then on the other hand, I can spend time, a lot of time, plenty of time with my family, with my kids, enjoying my time with all these people who I love to. Okay, and what about Real Madrid? I mean, what position right now is Real Madrid in your heart? What is the, is the priority for you, or is the second priority, or what is the number? Tell me a number. Tell me a place where you are placing to Real Madrid right now in your heart, in your brain, and all this stuff. I mean, I do believe that Eden Hazard is struggling and he's going through a very tough moment, because these kind of players with this kind of injuries, some of them, they go right into depression, and I know that. And I think that it's not going to be easy for Eden Hazard, and it's not going to be different for him. But the problem is that you cannot go out there and say something like that in an interview which is going to be seen by all the Real Madrid fans. You know what I'm saying? So my point is, you have to be careful every time you say something when you're injured and you look like super happy because now you have time enough to spend with your family. That is completely unacceptable if you're playing in Real Madrid. Maybe it's okay if you're playing for another team or in another country, but not in Real Madrid and not in Spain. Because it seems to me kind of, okay, now I'm okay, I'm getting my 50 millions a year, and also I'm spending time with my family, which is the most important for me. Real Madrid is kind of secondary thing. Yeah, I will be okay maybe in a couple months or something like that, but now I can spend time with my family, with my kids, and enjoying with them and having fun and hanging out and all this stuff. That is what it seems to me, and to me it's completely unacceptable. So I don't think he had that intention. I don't think he really wanted to harm the Real Madrid fans, or he really wanted to say that, but man, he has to be careful the next time, because we are not very happy with the performances of Eden Hazard over the last year and a half. So I don't know what is going to happen, but to me, the career, I think I said the same in another video, to me, the career of Eden Hazard in Real Madrid is over. He won't have any other chance in order to show the great player he used to be, or the great player he is, or something like that. So I don't know what is going to happen, but that's okay. Let's move on and let's go with the third story and the final story I have for you guys, which is about the drama we were told yesterday regarding to Rafa Varane. And let me address the cover of diario MARCA, which was the newspaper who claims that Real Madrid might be thinking in selling to Rafa Varane this year in order to make some money before he can go out or he can be signed by any other team for free the next year. As you probably know, Rafa Varane is ending his contract in 2022, or his contract is ending in 2022, so that way he might leave Real Madrid for free. And that is not good news, because from a financial standpoint, what we have right now is that we need money. That's it. We need cash, we need money, and we need to sell players. So right now, and this is very attached to the news I delivered to you regarding to Casemiro, Real Madrid might be thinking in selling Casemiro, whether Casemiro or Rafa Varane. That makes sense, a lot of sense. The problem is that the reason why Real Madrid would be willing to sell to Rafa Varane is because they are thinking that Rafa Varane might be delaying a little bit and waiting for the next year in order to go another team, start a new adventure in any other country or team or whatever it is, and for free. So the new team that sign him for the next year don't have to pay any single euro to Real Madrid. So that is the thing. And Florentino Perez is suspecting that, and before that happened, Florentino Perez would be willing to make some money from Rafa Varane. And that would be, I would say, maybe 60 to 70 million, which is very good for Real Madrid. So the thing here, and the point, the most important thing here is, okay, why would be willing Rafa Varane to leave Real Madrid? Because as far as I know, Rafa Varane is super happy in Madrid. He's been here over the last 10 years. He's been growing a lot as a professional player, Real Madrid player, as a person, I guess, and he's been playing very well along to Sergio Ramos. So to me, there's no any other stronger or better reason for him to leave Real Madrid. But to me, and this is the point, to me, Rafa Varane, and not only Varane, but also Sergio Ramos, even Lucas Vázquez, they might be willing to leave Real Madrid because, or the reason is because they don't see that Real Madrid has now a project for the future, a long-term project in order to sign new players, in order to sign to the best players in the world, in order to sign Kylian Mbappe, Erling Haaland, or any other kind of player or any other kind of project for the future. So in their mind right now, what I'm thinking that they have, it's kind of, okay, if this team is not willing to sign new players in order to become more competitive or trying to fight for different tournaments, kind of Champions, La Liga, Supercopa, Copa, and all the stuff, they say, okay, give me this money or I leave. I quit. I'm done here. I'm going to sign for another team. And no matter what, I don't care. This is the attitude I think these players are right now taking towards Real Madrid. It's like, okay, if you guys don't worry about Real Madrid, you are completely okay not signing any other player, not improving the actual squad that we have, is because you don't care, and I'm done here. So that way I'm done here. I'm not going to stay in a team who is not taking care of itself. That is the problem. That is the question. And it's not only Rafa Varane, Ramos or Vázquez. It's all the players out there. Some of the big names like Kai Havertz in Chelsea, he was about to come to Real Madrid and finally said, no, it's much more worth to me win a trophy with Chelsea than Real Madrid. I mean, it's more valuable for him to play in Chelsea than in Real Madrid. And that means something to me. That means that the best players in the world don't want to play anymore in Real Madrid. So what are we doing? This is a kind of transfers, signings, players management that we are really performing really bad. I mean, we have to change our mind completely. Because otherwise we're done. We cannot exist as a team if we don't try if we don't try to sign to the best players in the world, because these players can bring you a lot of money and a lot of trophies, which is good for everything. And I think the point here is that Rafa Varane cannot understand the actual way that Real Madrid took over the last 3 years, or the way Real Madrid has been taken over the last 3 years. And same for Sergio Ramos, and same for Lucas Vázquez, even for all those out there who wanted to play in Real Madrid, but they don't want to play anymore in Real Madrid. So we might think about that, we might change our mind, and we might try to do the things completely different to the things we are doing so far. So that was the point, that was what I want to say. Now I would like to know your thoughts about that, if Real Madrid is completely off the rails and Real Madrid lost its way time ago or something like that. So now comment in the section below, and of course subscribe my channel, Real Madrid Hub.